And we are live. Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of Jason Hebert Live. We have another missing persons interview for you tonight. If you're not familiar with the channel, what we do here is we interview the loved ones of missing persons in an effort to help spread awareness. We also interview the loved ones of unsolved crimes that are looking for answers, as well as we have recently started doing interviews with people who are survivors of true crime. So if you know anybody that fits any of those criteria, please have them contact the show. All the relevant links are in the description of the video below. Just hit show more and expand it. And also, if you're into help solving cases such as this, as you can see, our show is interactive. So it's a little different than most shows you'll find on YouTube or similar platforms, where you're not just getting my opinion of the case, you're actually getting the story directly from the horse's mouth, because we bring on the actual guest who the story happened to, the family members or friends, or sometimes an advocate of the family. So if you're into trying to help, click subscribe below, set the notification bell to all right next to the subscribe button, and YouTube will notify you every time we prepare to go live. You will get a notification that we're about to go live, and we have quite a bit over 100 at this point, and we just keep going. So at some point we'll have over 500, then 1,000, and the more families we can help, the better that it is. So thank you to everyone who does tune in. Click subscribe, set that notification bell to all, and we will get going. We have about 50 people here, so it's a decent little start. I'm waiting for notifications to go out. We'd like to make sure we have a good amount of people before we start getting into the meat of the story. I will give you guys just some of the quick basics. I try not to say too much in the beginning, because the guest is going to come on and repeat a lot of it, and it's obviously a lot better coming from them than from me, as they're the ones who it happened to, and only they can tell the story the best. I will just give you my version of it. So, again, the story is about Ryan McClellan. We have his mother, Cheryl Bezanson, on tonight. Oh, before we do, tonight's show is brought to you by the Rowdy Crafter Boutique. Amanda Jo of the Rowdy Crafter is a Jane of all trades, crafting the finest original works in arts, crafts, and balloon arrangements, such as crochets, dream catchers, paper flowers, wreaths, and much, much more. To check out the Rowdy Crafter's inventory or order from Amanda's wonderful selection of products, check out their Facebook page at facebook.com/therowdycrafter, TheRowdyCrafter. It's linked in the video description below, and I will put it right here in the chat, just so you guys have it if you decide to go check her out. She is awesome. Let me just real quick show you guys some of her work as we wait for the chat to load. We're at about getting close to 70 people now. So let me show you some of the Rowdy Crafter Boutique stuff, and then we will bring on our guest and get started. So this is Amanda's stuff for kids. She's ponytail beanies, headbands, boot cuffs, 3-piece set for $35 here. Super cute stuff. She doesn't only have children's stuff, as you see here, a men's adult hat, a female slouch hat, Christmas hat set. So this is a little old, of course. But ponytail beanies, winter hats, all kinds of stuff. She does summer stuff. So super, super cute stuff. Make sure to check them out, guys, please. She has stuff for all ages, all types, and all that stuff. All colors and fabrics. And a guy trying to explain this stuff. I don't give the best description, so I apologize. But thank you to her. She does an amazing job. And thank you to her for helping bring this show. If you would like to help support some future shows, you can go and send me an email below, and we will get, again, it's in the description. We'll go over exactly how to do that. That's one way you can support the show. And if you look at the bottom of the description, there are actually many ways that you can help support and help these families who are going through absolutely horrific tragedies, some of the worst things you could possibly imagine. So let's try to help them any way we can, guys. So I'm going to read a quick little article here that is on the sylvanlakenews.com. So I'll read that quick just to give you guys a quick idea. It wasn't the original article that was posted when Ryan went missing. It's more of like an update. But again, I didn't want to give too much because we want his mother to give the information. But it says, RCMP concerned for his well-being. 31-year-old Ryan McLeod has been missing since September 10th of 2020. Update. Leduc RCMP, this is in Alberta, Canada, are continuing to ask for the public's assistance in locating Ryan McLeod. McLeod has been missing since September 10th, 2020. We would like to speak to anyone who may have information on Ryan's whereabouts or who would have talked to Ryan after September 10th, 2020, says a CST captain or something along those lines. Sherry Lee Smith. Sorry, I'm not sure of the terminology in Canada. I apologize there to our Canadian listeners. Leduc RMCP are still looking for a 31-year-old Leduc man who has been missing, so that's the original before they did the update. So all RCMP ongoing efforts to locate Ryan McLeod have been unsuccessful thus far. McLeod's family have not had contact with him since his disappearance and are concerned for his well-being. Again, on September 15th, 2020, McLeod's vehicle, a 2017 red Hyundai Santa Fe, was located abandoned in the area of Ellerslie Road and 70th Street in Edmonton. I believe that's Alberta. It says Alta, A-L-T-A. Leduc RMCP would like to speak to McLeod to confirm he's safe, and they're asking for the public's assistance for any information in relation to his whereabouts. So please, if you have any information, contact Leduc RCMP at 780-980-7267 or your local police. If you wish to remain anonymous, you can contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-22-TIPS, which is 1-800-22-8477. You can contact them online at www.p3tips.com. That's P as in Paul, the number 3, tips.com. Or by using the P3 Tips app available through the Apple app or Google Play Store. So we'll leave it there as far as some of the basics. And now that we're getting to about 75, 80 people or so, I think that's plenty for us to start bringing on our guest tonight, who is Cheryl Bezanson. Cheryl, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. And I'm so sorry for what you're going through. Our hearts go out to you. And you have our support. We're going to do everything we can to try to help bring Ryan home.
Thank you.
Do you want to start by telling us just a little bit about Ryan in general, who he was, give us a little background, and then lead us through the timeline of what we do know happened until he went missing?
Oh my, they came home, him and his wife and the girls came home last summer, and I thought everything was fine. He seemed to be happy, lucky-go guy, and we just had a blast. He's always been a family guy. He would always call me or text me every day. And then September the 10th, when we were at camp, I spoke to him, and that was the last that we were able to speak with him. His wife left me know that she couldn't get a hold of him. So that's when I called the Leduc RCMP and reported him missing.
Okay, so you spoke to him on the 10th?
Yes.
So as far as we know, first off, is this his wife here at the bottom?
No, that's me.
Oh, geez. Sorry, I can't see what I don't have the best eyes in it.
That's okay.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to get made fun of for that one. I can't see it good in the picture.
That's okay.
So, do we have a picture of his wife? Sorry.
I don't think I was able to find one. I've got so many, and I just couldn't.
Okay. So is she's the last one to have seen him? That's a compliment, by the way, because I thought you.
Yes, I know. Thank
you. I'm like, come on, Jason, do some damage control and fix it.
That was no, thank you. That made me feel good.
Yeah, I know it's crap. Combination of it being kind of far away, small picture, crappy camera, bad eyes. I'm going to use every excuse I can right now. So again, and I want to be clear, anything we talk about here, any names we bring up, anything that we say happened, we're not making any hard accusations. This is all alleged. Nobody's guilty until proven innocent. And we're all just trying to piece things together, okay? Whether it be myself, Cheryl, or anyone else that says anything, it absolutely, no accusations. But as far as we know, now that we get that out of the way, the disclaimer, she's the last to have seen him?
She was the last person to speak with him.
Okay. And who's the last person that we know to have seen him? When and where?
They have no idea. They have him on video on the bank camera when he went to the bank. I think I sent you that one. He's got the gray hoodie on and the ball cap.
I thought I put everyone that you gave me. I can double check though.
Because that was the last That was the last time anybody seen him, was that night at the bank.
Okay, so that's his last sighting at the bank.
That was his last sighting, yes.
Okay, yeah, I don't have that. I only have the ones that I showed. Maybe it didn't come through or something. But we can always put that up after for anyone who wants to look at that one. Okay, so explain. So can you explain to us his last day? Okay, first off, we mentioned camp. What was he going to the bank for? Where was he coming from? Where was he headed to? What take us through the motions of that day?
The only thing they know is that when he went to the bank, he took money out, and that was the last. He took money out, and then poof, he was gone.
So we don't know where he was going.
Nope.
So Ozzy asked, what day was that?
That was
10th?
September the 10th.
Okay, so he goes and gets money on the 10th. We don't know where he was going. Did you say you don't know where he was coming from either?
No.
Where's the last place we do know he was that day?
There's a little restaurant in Ellers. I can't even pronounce the name of it.
Yeah, it looked weird. Was it Ellerslie or something?
Yes,
it didn't
there
look
was a
like
restaurant.
That exactly.
Yeah, he was in there because they have him on camera. He was in there. Then he went to the bank machine, and then he was gone.
Okay, how much money did he take out? Do we know?
200, and that was it. That's all he had.
That's all he had in the account?
Yeah.
So he emptied his account. Okay, that's interesting. Would that be normal for him? Was he someone that kind of didn't always have a ton of money, took out whatever he had left, and did that each week, or was it unusual for him to empty his account?
That was very unusual.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you yourself seen the footage, or only the police?
I've seen the footage, yes.
And can you see his car, or if he's alone, or if anyone's in his car?
You can only see when he was at the bank, because where his car was parked was back where it wouldn't be seen.
It wouldn't be seen in the car. Okay. And, does his face look like he's rushing or nervous?
Let's just say this, young man, it doesn't even look like my Ryan.
Okay, and what do you mean by that?
He looked like he was lost.
Really? Okay. And so are you saying that if you didn't know, if he didn't end up missing, would you still have said that? Or are you kind of piecing that together with what happened? Or was it like real extreme, the look on his face?
The picture was just really, really straight. It was just different.
And you said you had that picture. Can you send it to me again? Oh no, because you're on a phone. That would kind of probably be hard right now. Okay. Yeah, send that to me after, and I'll post it for people to be able to see on Facebook. CSI Crowdsourced Illuminations. Check them out, by the way, guys. Good channel. Ask any history of medical or mental health illnesses, and as we said before, if there's something that makes you uncomfortable, you don't have to answer. But as long as someone's being respectful, we allow anything to be asked. But up to
not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay, so nothing like that.
Nope.
And when you say it didn't look like you're Ryan, is it definitely him?
Oh, it's definitely him.
Okay, and the person obviously got the money, so they knew his PIN, so it's him.
Yeah.
He was alone, as far as you know, but we can't see the car. Ozzy says, was that his usual bank? Like he knew the area,
yes.
That branch?
Yes.
Okay. And where are you? Okay, so Cheryl asked, where are you from? You yourself?
I'm from Nova Scotia.
Okay. So you guys are from, how long was Ryan and you guys, I guess, living in this area where he went missing?
He was out there ever since he graduated. Oh my gosh. And that's been a long time.
Okay. Did he have, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, that must be over 10 years that he's lived out there. He worked on the oil fields.
Is that what brought him out there?
Yeah.
Okay. And so So as far as he know, as far as you know, did he have any enemies? What about like some ex-girlfriends? Was he dating at the time? Let's look into that.
No,
He didn't have any girlfriend or anything as far as you know?
not that I'm aware of, no.
When was had it been a while since he had one?
Well, he's married.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's all right.
you
That's
said his wife.
okay.
You said his wife earlier. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm reading as I'm talking. So his wife. And as far as you know, everything in the marriage was good.
Yeah, he'd call when he wasn't working, he was with his girls and his wife all the time. And when he was working, he'd call them or text them all the time.
Okay, and what has she said? This I was going to ask this, and Ozzy asked it as well. So what has she been saying since this? Has she talked? Have you or her talked to any of his friends? Has anyone come forward and said anything?
No.
You know, what are his friends saying?
Nobody's saying anything, and that's the hard part.
Were you close with his friends beforehand? How come they're not kind of going out of their way?
I didn't know his friends that were out now that he had out in Alberta.
So you never know. Okay. Have you tried to actually contact them? Like if I put some things together and tried to reach out, is there a possibility that they would speak, or have you tried and they're just clamming up?
Right now, the RCMP don't want us involved.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that they're tough up there in Canada when it comes to these cases.
No, in Alberta, the officers are really good. And right now, at this point, they don't want Danelle and I involved. They want to handle it themselves. They don't want us in the middle of anything.
Okay. Okay, so you've probably refrained from contacting them. So does that mean, like, if I was to offer to you to try to contact his friends, if we can find them, would you not want me to? Would you want to listen to what the police are saying as far as that goes, or how do you feel about that?
I'd rather listen to what the police are saying.
Okay, that makes sense. So we'll just kind of get the story out there, and then maybe someone come forward to the police or something like that.
They can even call anonymously. They don't even have to give their name.
Okay. As far as you know, so this when it's this kind of situation, it gets a little tricky because we kind of get some roadblocks as far as on our end, which isn't a bad thing because the police are handling it. You know, they're the best to do it. But as far as you know, have they looked into his phone? Was there any activity on his phone afterwards? Have they looked at his bank card since then? I mean, what have they been looking through, or have you?
They've reviewed his phone records. There's been no activity at his bank since he took the money out. There's nothing. It's just like he dropped off the face of the earth. There's nothing.
Wow, nothing at all. Okay. And what was his job? Was he still in the oil field?
He was still on the oil field.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking, off the top of my head, it might be good to talk to those guys. And a job like that, that's a real kind of tough guy kind of job. I would think they tend to, you know, if he's going to open up, that might be a place where he would do it, you know, with his coworkers and let them know what's going on.
I think the RCMP already questioned the guys that he works with.
Okay. But they haven't really given you too much info on that?
They can't right now, whatever that means.
Hopefully that means that they have a lead in there, chasing it down.
I hope so. This isn't like Ryan at all.
Yeah, it's been, what has it been? 4 or 5 months now? Something like that?
6 months.
6 months. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I pray that something comes of this, or something comes, no matter where it comes from. I pray that an answer comes and he turns up, and who knows, maybe he was stressed out and going through something. And I mean, God only knows how these end up turning out 100 different ways that you never expect. So we're going to pray for a positive resolution here. And
yes.
Who knows? Alberta Proud asks, his car wasn't found for a few days. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you go over the details on that? How far was it from the bank?
It was right there at the restaurant. There's a restaurant, and the bank is right. He could walk from the restaurant to the bank.
Okay. So it's like he never left that area after going to the bank.
No, he didn't. That we know, because that's where his car was found at.
Have you guys tried to go around the area, get footage from other restaurants, buildings, businesses, see if he left with another car?
The police have the video surveillance tapes, and there was nothing. They couldn't see anything. So if he did go with somebody else or something happened, it must have been out of the view of the cameras.
Wow, so he leaves the bank area off camera, and that's it. He's never seen on camera again.
Nope.
How big of an area are we talking that is there where he could have went missing and got in the car?
Just in that area where the car was found.
So bizarre.
And see, last year his friends did a GoFundMe page so I could go out to Alberta, and I went out there for a month, and his wife took me around to different places so we could just check to see if we could find him.
And just nothing came of that, huh?
Nope. She even took me down to the what they call the tent people, or they live in the tents. She even took me down there, and nobody has seen him.
Wow. This is him with this dog. It looks like he's close with the dog, huh?
He loves deer hunting. When his grandpa was alive, his grandpa taught him how to deer hunt.
Wow, sometimes you don't realize how big they are till you see them next to a person. What a big animal.
Yeah. He really enjoyed deer hunting.
Cheryl W. asks, what kind of places did she take you? Tent City and where else?
Tent City, can you ask her if that's the big Tent City?
Yeah, so is that the big one, Cheryl W.? The Tent City, is that what you're asking? How active, it says, Darcy Ann asks, how active is the wife in the investigation? You said she's pretty active, right?
Yes. We're only as active as what we can be, with the police telling us they don't want us involved in it.
And did he, as far as you know, and again, if you don't want to answer, was there any drug usage, whether it be consistent or partying once in a while or anything along those lines? And again, if you don't want to answer, don't feel pressured, but that is a question that's come up a few times.
I'd rather not answer that one.
Okay. Yeah. That's understandable. Even if so, I know a lot of times there might be like a little partying here and there, and that, in those kind of jobs, but that doesn't mean anything bad or consistent. But okay. Yeah, guys. So we're not going to go over that, guys. I only ask because a lot of people mentioned that. Let me see. Trying to make sure. Was it okay? So Tracker 3S, was anything of importance taken or left behind?
No.
Like in the car, maybe. Was there anything?
No, there was nothing.
Okay. Huh. And yeah, you said people asking, did he use the ATM often? You said he did use that branch often.
Yes.
Okay. So have there been any major? I'm going to combine two questions together here. Have there been any major searches? And if so, and whether or not there has, are you planning anything in the future? I'm asking because a lot of times our guests like to try to help out. If they're local, they want to help with searches, or maybe they try to help out just online posting things. Or are you guys working on anything like that, putting together searches, looking for him, anything along those lines?
Well, as soon as this COVID is over with, they're going to do another GoFundMe page so I can go out with my daughter-in-law, and we're going to do searches again with her family that's out there.
Okay. Keep everyone updated on that if you'd like some help, because I have hundreds, if not thousands of people at this point that are on my Facebook that are involved in the missing, all kinds of missing person searches and stuff. So we can probably help you get some people, whether to make your the search with you bigger, or maybe even hit a different area, get some people, to help out.
Okay.
Just keep me updated on that. So Angie Marie asked a good question. His car seat, was it in a position that indicated he was the driver? Was that looked into? Like, was it too small, too big? As far, he looks like he's a pretty big guy.
Yeah, no, the car seat was where it should have been.
Where it should have been. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So no one else probably driving. What about Layla Anahid asks, what's the area around the restaurant bank like? Are we talking a nice area, a rough area?
It's a nice area. Very nice area.
Okay. So it wouldn't be the kind of area where you're worried that he ran into. I mean, obviously things can happen anywhere, but it wouldn't be something where you're immediately super worried that it's a bad area and stuff like that. Okay.
No.
All right, but it does look like he may. Were the keys in the car? Did they find the keys?
That I never thought to even ask. Well, they must have had the keys because they took the car back to the police station to fingerprint it. So they must have had the keys. I never even asked them that one.
Okay, maybe you can call them and now you can.
Yeah,
that comes from. Good question. That comes from CSI, Crowdsource Elimination. She's a fellow true crime channel, so check her out, guys. That's a good question. So everyone, give her credit for that one.
That is a good question.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll make a note of it just in case, so we don't forget. I was going to ask this. Ozzy asked, did he have any friends? He was from the area, right? But she says, did he have any friends around a place he may take off to? Did he have anyone he could walk to, a friend that lived around there?
See, we don't know.
Okay, because you didn't know his friends, yeah.
No.
AJ About Justice asked, has a timeline been made regarding the days leading up to Ryan going missing, places, people, etc.? Have you made like an official, I know you kind of have a good idea of what happened, but has anything been put together like minute by minute?
The police have got that, did all that.
The police did, okay. So
they did.
So things like that, you kind of leave it up to them because they have more information than you anyway. So
yes.
Okay, understandable. Angie Marie asked, did the camera show any other cars leaving? Did his phone records show he'd been texting anyone shortly before or after, possibly making plans to meet up? I'm guessing you're probably going to say the police are holding on to that info.
Yes, they are.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's a good point. Alberta Proud says his wife must know some of his friends. So maybe she.
Yes, she does. She gave. The police have I hate repeating this, but the police have all that information.
Yeah, I know. A lot of it kind of leads back.
That's there. Okay.
I try to make sure I get all the questions in, but a lot of them, especially in Canada, I'll be honest, Canada cases are tough because, not that they're the only ones who do it, but I find that they do it more so than most, where they kind of close off the investigation, don't give any info out to anybody, and pretty much 90% of the answers are that. So,
yeah,
it can be tough when you're doing Canadian cases, but usually the car. Let me see. So Layla Inhit asked, okay, so I guess I asked her question incorrectly when I asked, is it a good or bad area? She meant, is it like a rural area or wooded, or like what is the terrain like? She meant to say.
It's a rural area, like a small town.
Okay. Has his house been thoroughly checked? Perfect Piglet says that. I'm guessing the police did.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the first thing they checked.
And so I'm assuming, went through all his stuff. You didn't find nothing seemed out of place, something that shouldn't have been there that was, or vice versa, nothing like that?
Nope.
It's a tricky one.
And the police went through everything with a fine-tooth comb. They went everywhere.
Okay. I just want to take a quick moment. Thank you so much. I want to recognize Charleston Amy, who just became a member. I don't know which tier you did, Amy, but just so everyone knows, we have a new tier. It's called Super Sleuth, and what we're going to start doing is at the end, if you're on the Super Sleuth tier, at the end of the interview, we're going to have like 2 or 3 people that come on video chat like we're doing now. So you'll be a co-host for a question or two and ask questions. So you'll get to not only ask questions in the chat, but you'll get to ask questions here live on video. And then we will do a second interview. We're probably not going to start until about a week or so, but we're going to do a second interview with any of our guests that want to do it. And it's going to be strictly you guys, the Super Sleuth membership tier. Come on with me, and you guys will ask your questions directly. So it's just a fun way to get you guys more involved and get your questions answered a little, more directly. So that's something we're doing. But I wanted to thank Charleston Amy for becoming a member and let you guys know if you'd like to help participate in the interviews. That's something we're now doing. It's a brand new. I just activated it today, the Super Sleuth membership tier. Okay, so Don Brake asked, did his car start or have any damage? That's an interesting question.
No, his car was fine.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to have you do something that we do. I'd like you to speak directly, first off, to Ryan. If he is out there for whatever reason, if he's, God only knows, hiding or unable to contact you or whatever, let's have you speak directly to him just to, I feel like that's one of the most important parts of the interview, where you speak directly to him and let him know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. You can also use the time if you wanted to speak to anyone who may have some information to, maybe they're on the fence about coming forward, something like that. Just however you'd want to use it. But I just feel it's very important for you, instead of going through me, to speak directly to him.
Okay. Ryan, this is your mom. Wherever you are, honey, would you please let somebody know that you're okay, or come home? And please, if anybody is out there and you know where my son is, please call Crime Stoppers or the Leduc RCMP. I need to know that my son is okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sharon.
Thank you, Jason.
So you're doing an amazing job. You're doing an amazing job for Ryan. I want you to know that. I'm sure he's super proud of you, and I pray that there's going to be a positive ending to this, and one day we'll be laughing about it as to, God, how did it end up this way? Who would have knew that was the answer? But I pray that's going to be, a positive ending. So please keep in touch with me. Let me know how things turn out. Typically these go for about an hour or so, but I know you said you wanted to keep it a little shorter because it's difficult, of course. I know. I couldn't even imagine the emotional toll that you go through. So just real quickly, because I don't want to keep going too long for that reason. Is there anything I didn't think to cover, or the chat didn't think to ask, that you feel is important that gets out there? Is there anything else you want to make public?
No, you've covered it all, and I will send you that other picture once I get off of here with you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and for anybody watching that is interested in that picture, the ATM picture, I will put that on my Facebook if anyone wants to study it or try to use it to figure out what's going on. So here are some pictures of Ryan one last time. Again, Cheryl, thank you so much. I will let you go because I know this is extremely difficult. So, but you should be very proud of yourself, and I know Ryan is too. You did an amazing job advocating for him tonight. He's very lucky to have you.
And I'd like to thank you, Jason, so much from the bottom of my heart. God bless you.
God bless you too. Okay, and let's keep in touch, and we'll talk.
I will.
And let's bring Ryan home. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
Thank you. All right, guys. She was amazing. What a sweet woman. I can't even imagine going through that. Oh, Melinda. Geez, perfect. Thank you for coming on. Melinda, we heard about what happened. We're so sorry. I'm going to call you right when this is over. As you know, I think you got my message that we did a little something for you. So is it okay if I call you when this is over, Melinda? Because some people came together to try to be there for you. You plenty of prayers. And is it okay if I call you real quick, Melinda? Okay, cool. And to everyone, let me just quickly, I want to thank Amanda Joe. Tonight's show is brought to you by the Rowdy Crafter Boutique. Amanda Jo of The Rowdy Crafter is a jade of all trades, creating the finest original works in arts, crafts, and balloon arrangements such as crochets, dream catchers, paper flowers, wreaths, and much, much more. To check out The Rowdy Crafter's inventory or order from Amanda's wonderful selection of products, check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/therowdycrafter, which is linked in the video description below. And real quick, here's a couple of Amanda's stuff. We looked at earlier, all kinds of winter hats and summer clothes and stuff for kids and adults, all kinds of crochets and really cool stuff. Those are cool, huh? With the little pigtail things coming out for the newborns in 6 months. Cabbage Patch Kids hats. Oh, wow. All right, boot cuffs, adult hats, all kinds of stuff. So check her out, guys. The Rowdy Crafter Boutique on facebook.com/therowdycrafter. All right, guys. So thank you to her for supporting the show. If you would like to, you can always send me an email and find out the details as to how you can support the show. But other than that, all the links are in the description. Also to contact Cheryl. So if you guys have any information, please, please, please come forward with anything that you do know. I'm so glad that Melinda joined us and that you're doing better. Well, I know, Melinda, you're blessed to be alive, blessed to be okay. I'm so thankful that everything seems great. You're here. You seem in good spirits, so that's awesome. I'll call you shortly. Thank you to everyone else who came today and helped out, supported, and watched the show. I love you guys. We will end it there. So thanks for joining us. Tomorrow we will have our second of our new series we're doing, which are survivors of true crime. So we have Kelly Levis, or I believe it's Levis or Levis, coming on to tell her story about being kidnapped. It is a crazy one, guys, so please make sure to join us. And it will be a great show. All right, I love yous. Thanks for watching Jason Niebuhr Live. Click subscribe below. Set the notification bell to all. And I will shortly... I will see you guys tomorrow. So I'm thinking about 3 things at once. I'm kind of all over the place today. All right. I love you guys. And Melinda, I will call you in just a moment. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.